Hello guys, good morning. My name is Yakub. So today I'm going to speak about negotiation. Everybody in life negotiates, right? We all are negotiators. Some are born negotiators, some learn with the experience, some learn with their qualification. It all depends. But we negotiate some part of your life. You will be a negotiator. So today I will tell you how to be a good negotiator and how can you negotiate big contracts, $1 million contracts, right? So a couple of things before I go into the strategy, basic strategy. I won't talk a lot about it. First thing you should always remember, when you negotiate, you should not do haggling. Haggling means you try to push a supplier to give you a commodity for the cost which is lesser than the buying price of his, right? So, and without a profit, nobody will give you, right? In that, it never happens. One party will always be sad because nobody will give you for the loss, right? Everybody in this business is for profit. So never do haggling. First thing. Second, always do a win-win negotiation. So to do win-win negotiation, you need to know your market. You just don't go blindly with the supplier and say, oh, give me a $10 item, you'll ask for $8. Makes no sense, right? So again, it boils down to the basics. What basics says is you need to do your homework. It's the same thing. In sales, you do your market survey. In the same way in procurement, you also do your basics. You do your market survey, right? When you float an RFP, that's request for proposal for different suppliers, right? 4 or 5. Before they come back to you with a proposal, you need to have your homework ready. You should know what this commodity is costing in the market. Cost of landing, or you say cost to serve, how much it will cost. And you should be reasonable, guys. I mean, you see, oh, this guy, supplier is making 10% profit, it's fine. Why would he work with you if you're not giving him 10%, right? If any supplier is taking 7 to 10% profit, it's okay. Now let's come to the negotiation part of $1 million contract, right? There's something called this negotiation script you need to prepare before you go into the negotiation. The 3 basic points. When you negotiate $1 million contract, never negotiate on telephone. Never. Never negotiate on email. Never go to your supplier's office. Okay? Always invite them. So it will go like this. You have done your RFP, request for proposal, for a commodity which is costing you $1 million. Okay? You have 5 suppliers. You select 2 top suppliers. Never be dependent on one. And unless you conclude and you award the project to the final supplier, do not send regret email to other suppliers, right? You need them as a backup, right? So you ask them to submit your sample, you approve, you go with the lowest supplier. So you call the supplier, okay, fine, we need to discuss with you your proposal. We would like you to invite you to my office. Supplier, so why don't you come here? See my office, you will see the structure. No, let me allow you to come here. Then maybe later on we will visit your office. Then second question, ask the supplier, when you want to come. Don't do it immediately. Say, if he says this week, say, oh, my calendar is busy, can we make it next week? Okay, so you say next week. Then ask the supplier, how many people are coming from his side? He will say, we are 2. If they are 2, make sure you are 4. If the supplier says we are 3, make sure you are 6 at that point of time, right? Your team might not be a big one. Your team might be small. You are only 2 people in the department. But you can make a team. You have enough time, 1 week. You go to other colleagues in the other departments and tell them, guys, we have an interesting role play to make. Would you join our team? Just give them a note. Say, your job is only to sit with the diary and scribble on your books. That's it. I am going to talk. My colleague will talk, right? So the day of negotiation comes. You are negotiating for $1 million contract. Your target is to save 5 to 7%. Okay, and you know that in the market this will cost you $800,000. At the moment, your supplier is making a profit of $200,000. The supplier would take this job even if he gets $70,000 to $80,000 profit because it's a big commodity and it's a repeat order, right? You need to understand. As I said, you need to do your market. You need to know the cost to serve, the landing cost. So the supplier, 3 people are coming to meet you that day. You are welcoming them at the reception. You book your meeting room. Everything is ready. Tea, coffee. They enter from the elevator. You are there in the lobby with 6 people standing. You are creating a psychological impact on the supplier. As soon as he sees you guys, oh, so many people, he has already made up his mind that he's going to give you 5% discount. Okay, you go into the meeting room, you start understanding why, you start the technicality, you ask all the reasons for this, and that they will give you, no, this is like this, we are coming from, we are bringing it from China, we're doing air import. You say, why we need air import? We have enough time, we have 2 months time, do a sea import. You know that from China, even if it comes from any port, China to Dubai is maximum 15 to 18 days, right? You have your homework done, and then the other 4 people are just scribbling, right? You're the only one person talking. After you finish, you tell them, okay, let's take a break. So you take them to a pantry, let them have tea, coffee, come back, again discuss, and then just a negotiation. Then that supplier say, okay, so how can we close this deal? The supplier will say, can we agree on $950,000 and close this deal? You say, we don't think so. Then again you start discussing some points, and then you take your entire team, you go out. 15 minutes, you don't come in the meeting room. Okay, they are there. You're basically creating a psychological impact for supplier that he should give more discount. After 15-20 minutes, you come inside, you start, and I mean, it's pin drop silence in the room, right? You don't talk much. Your faces are like, they will not get this order, right? The supplier will say, okay, when you guys went outside, we had a discussion, and we decided to give you this for $925,000. Then the person who was not talking from your team, the second team, listen, we have already analyzed this, we had a long discussion, let's close this deal for 900,000. You keep this in front of the supplier. Supplier will not immediately agree, they will say, look at each other, and they'll say, okay, fine, done. So your target was to achieve 7% discount, you achieve 10% discount. You signed the deal. 10% profit to give it to supplier on a big quantity is okay. Because there are a lot of things. Right? You also need to understand when you're operating a big organization, you have operational cost, you have your P&L, you have your salaries, everything is there, right? It's man hours. Remember, right? We also are in the business, we do not do business for loss. We are also for profit, right? Anybody making 8 to 10% profit is fine. Yeah, but if they are trying to rip you off with 15, 20, 25%, then yes, then you should not work with the supplier. And when you have this win-win negotiation, the supplier knows, okay, next time when you come, they will give you a good price, and then you can continue this long term. That's called, so that's the next step of your supplier relationship management. How you manage your relationship with the supplier. So the supplier knows, okay, my client is okay, I'm fine, I don't need to push him. With 10%, 8 to 10%, I make a good earning for myself. So, and then that is my target also, right? So your company will always tell you historical spend. Last year we bought this commodity for 900,000. And when your finance does the P&L planning, right, for the capex or opex, they always dial in 10 to 12%. That's normal. You're from the finance background, right? So you have it, and out of that, if you are giving back 4% to your finance, they are very happy. You have saved them from the budget what is given to you. Basically, you need to spend the budget, but you are saving them. So you are doing if you are saving from the historical price, you are doing a net savings, right? It's a proper savings. But even if you are saving from the budget, it's still a cost avoidance. You're still saving money for the organization. So yeah, that's all guys, and I hope this is interesting. Anybody who wants to know more about negotiation, how to write a negotiation script, what you need to prepare, what you need to do, I'm always available. You can reach out to me. Thank you.